Welcome back, everyone, to the Theta Communications video series. Today we're going to be diving into the vertical integration of the AI chipset and what that means for the Theta Edgecloud and the Theta network. Before we proceed, let us thank our Theta stakers as well as our Tfuel stakers over on ThetaCommunications.com. You make this content possible, as well as make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment down below to boost Theta-related content in the YouTube algorithm. All right, let's head on over to Anthropic here. They are expanding their use of Google Cloud TPUs and services. This is amazing to see, especially because Anthropic is the major competitor to OpenAI right now, and Google and Google Cloud are the validators for the Theta network here. They are in the 6th slot, holding 5 million Theta as of current. So this is going to push forward as things proceed. Anthropic is a main competitor, and they're currently using a three-pronged strategy. Instead of actually making their own chips themselves, they are diversifying across Google TPUs, Amazon's Trainium, as well as NVIDIA GPUs. And they are continuing to invest in additional compute capacity to ensure their models and capabilities remain at the frontier. So with all this spend, we are seeing more and more vertical integration of the stack. We're seeing RIVIAN now, as of yesterday, coming out with their own self-driving chips, so they will be vertically integrated and not needing of NVIDIA chips within their vehicles. So that's a major milestone to reclaiming and keeping things in-house. And we're seeing more and more of this. And I think the Anthropic example is a good one, because Google and Amazon were, a few years back, were not in the race as they are today against NVIDIA. So we're starting to see the field get smoothed out a little bit. They are still not at the same level as NVIDIA yet, but things are happening very, very quickly. So this is very good for Theta proceeding forward. It's very good for Google Cloud, because while Google is trying to fight and compete with the NVIDIAs of the world for these enterprise clientele, there is still a ton of clientele that would like to implement a AI strategy, as well as educational spaces that would like to implement AI strategies, and it needs to be cost effective. And really, I think that's where Theta Edgecloud fits in nicely, and I think their customer base increases 100 to 1,000 fold as Google Cloud is pushing and pushing through things like Anthropic, but realizes they still need to be hitting these medium to high level clientele that maybe are not their top tier enterprise client, but will still need to make sure that they capture them. And I think that the Theta Edgecloud is going to offer solutions that are going to provide the cheapness that is necessary, as well as the compute capacity and the locality to make this all possible. Just remember, Google Cloud, it's not just about focusing on Anthropic and OpenAI right now, right? You still have to make sure you are focusing on the other segments that are interested in AI, and doing so in a way that is cost effective. And one advantage that Google has is the Theta Edgecloud, and implementing this would be a game changer for them. And publicly implementing it would also create a lot of new buzz and new things going forward. So very exciting to see this, especially considering that Google is one of their older validator nodes, and through the years we've seen continual collaboration and progression through this process, as well as too with Google and Amazon, which is collaborating as well with the Theta Edgecloud. So this is really exciting, and we're going to talk about more of these clients and these new things that are going to be coming about. Shout out to Joe Stevens. Good example here, Disney Plus investing $1 billion in OpenAI and signing this 3-year deal. Users creating Sora and image and video, and this is only just beginning. Now, this is not what Anthropic is doing, the top tier high-level competition with LLM, but this is what I'm talking about, is that there are processes and business flows that are going to be competed upon through the streaming services, through content creation, through video game generation, that are not the main competition, but they are still a necessary piece of keeping the progression and these content wars going forward, so that users are still interested in subscriptions and varying other services as they proceed. So this will give Google and whoever utilizes the Theta Edgecloud underneath a immense advantage. Does not have to be Google per se. I'm just all the lines lead this direction here, right, as a validator. But the point being is that even as things get cheaper, there's going to be more and more content that will be pushed through. So even as things get cheaper, the flows and the use of the edge cloud will actually increase and enhance from there. And all while having the same amount of theta and a small inflationary Tfuel. And it's why we've been focusing so hard on locking up as much Tfuel as possible in edge nodes, understanding that there is limiting factors on resources, and that compute capacity could become very valuable going forward as we proceed into the new chapter. I also want to hit on the valuations and understanding the circular web of financing that is occurring within the space right now. And what I'm coming to realize too, even through some of my own studying and realizing there may be some overvaluation that is happening, but what these organizations are truly doing is they are trying to relive the 2011 to 2020 financing era, where debt financing was almost 0%. So they were able to compete on this cheap debt and continue moving the ball forward. And that's how many organizations survived, and now it is why we are seeing many users getting charged for storage and varying other things related to the cloud, because they can no longer subsidize these processes. So with interest rates and varying other factors in the financial world, something that they're all doing really is they're trying to relive the 2011 to 2020 season by all providing to each other and creating solutions, capital solutions as well as chip solutions to one another. And by doing so, trying to kick the ball forward long enough that we can get to the next chapter. So we'll see how far they can push this thing. I think as long as there is revenue and real revenue kind of transitioning through these businesses, I think that is going to be key and essential to keeping this moving forward. And if they can do that, then we can outgrow some of these growing pains that we're seeing in the short term, because the long term is very clear and very obvious that there is going to be an endless amount of content that is going to be needed to be generated, and it is going to become a base template, base layer of society. And Theta is right there at the forefront. All right, everyone. I hope you have found this video well. I look forward to seeing the next one. And as always, I'll see you on Tfuel Island. Take care. Bye-bye.